Well, co-hosts Magnus Chen and Marcos happening. Marcos happening. I called you Marcos happening. Marcos Hammer. What's happening?
Just kicking it, being beautiful, living up life, staying inside, being safe, and waiting for LeBron James to hoist that Space Jam trophy.
That's right. That's right. Give me just a second, guys.
Okay.
One.
I want to talk about what we've got going on this week, or at least we're gonna start off with some personal news. This week has been, I don't know about your week, is for mine it's been pretty good. I have a upcoming project. I have an upcoming project. I can't talk about too much, but it's very exciting. So I do have, and I'll be bringing it to the show coming up. Some stuff that I'm working on, and it is an exciting time. So for me, this week has been not bad. How about you guys?
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Congrats, Nick. Doing great. I'm still moving in, still getting a lot of stuff delivered. Um, just got my dining table yesterday. Finally put the chairs together today. Yeah, but all is going well. Prepared, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully a better 2021 with better results.
Okay, what kind of dining table is it?
It's a circle one.
All right.
A
circle, not a rectangle.
Obviously.
Is it like wood? Is it? So the lady box.
He's not sure. Yeah. He's not sure.
Let me test it.
Why don't you taste it? Go over there and taste it.
At?
Go ahead, try and smoke it.
I'm gonna see if it burns or not. If it burns, it's wood.
Oh yes. Okay.
It's made out of opium.
Oh man, no, then don't smoke too much of it.
My interior designer actually picked out the dining room set, so they handle that. My interior designer is also my roommate, also my partner.
Tell her
also
we said hi.
Your dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Babe, everybody says hi.
Hi, babe. Hey, Magnus, how about your week? Did you tell us about your week already, or was it that boring?
No. It was pretty boring though. Nothing really happened. Just playing some Fire Emblem. Got a skateboard yesterday. Little penny board action in my futile effort to remain young. So we'll see. We'll see.
Mag, I found 2 gray hairs today.
Oh,
nice. Nice. I probably have you by times 200.
I only have gray. I only have pure white nose hairs. That's it. Just like one in a blue moon, I'll get like a purely white Gandalf nose hair.
The way you started that sentence sounded like you were gonna say, "I only have gray pubic hair," but then you said pure. I was like,
pure.
So, yeah. Also got a new vacuum. Got a stick vac.
What?
Show me that.
Shout out to Shark Rocket cordless. So I've been vacuuming multiple times every day. No dust zone over here.
Is that?
It's been a lot of fun. These are the things to look forward to.
Man,
when you're 32.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. It's a wet vac.
And it's a stick vac, like
vac.
It's like one piece. Yeah, you can take it apart and it becomes a hand vac.
See, I don't really like those because they don't have the sucking power that I need. I need a lot of sucking.
What are you trying to vacuum?
Thick carpet.
He needs it for that wop.
For that.
I mean, there's a carpet setting on there. Are you looking for like a shop vac?
Really wet. Moving on. We have a league. We have a fantasy league. We've got a fantasy league. We've had the fantasy league. We're gonna go to just me. We have a fantasy league. We've had a fantasy league for years now. I want to say like we started a year after.
Probably over 10 years now.
A year after we started being friends.
Over 10 years, yeah.
Decades.
Like
Decades.
at least a
Let's
decade.
just go with decades.
So this has been a legendary league. It's always
More than a
full of
decade.
the most happening, coolest Fresno people. Okay, if you're in the entertainment industry in Fresno and you're cool, you were in this league, or you still are. So we got the likes of Travis Sheridan in the house. Moved to St. Louis, but still
Wow.
Fresno at heart.
Does that
He's
mean
back.
your daughter's in our league?
She's not because
She's my co-commissioner.
she's like the executive producer for this show, Sophia Haas. But no, not yet. Not yet is she in the league, but maybe one day. We've got Chris Wilson, who's worked with me at the Grizzlies, worked with the Fresno Foxes, worked with the San Jose Sharks. The dude's a big time player. We got Danny Rodriguez, works at Walt Disney World, actor extraordinaire. We got Magnus Chan. We got Yosef Mahmoud, Fresno State alumni. I mean, the league is stacked,
lawyer.
guys. The league is stacked. And it's time. It is time to set the draft order, you guys. We're going to do it live here on the air.
Oh, shoot.
For this?
Oh, God.
You ready for this? You ready to find out? Okay, first of all, while I'm trying to find out how we do this, I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull up the right screen. Marcos, why don't you talk to me about what position are you trying to pick and why?
If you can get number one, you always get number one. But for me, it's never worked out. So don't give me number one. Don't give me it. I don't want it. You can have it. Take CMC. But my strategy is always draft last.
And finish last.
Your strategy is draft last? Okay, you mean you'd like to draft last because you know the right strategy. What's the correct strategy when you're drafting last, Marcos?
The correct strategy is always 2 running backs, unless
run
you
back
got
to back.
An outstanding wide receiver on the book.
So we have it's a 14-player league,
far few.
Sorry to cut you off. Really quick, we've got a 14-player league. We've added one position injury reserve / COVID list. Added that, so you'll have one more extra slot on your bench, so you can bring him back, right? Hey, this is an unprecedented time, ladies and gentlemen. We've added that. We do play single defensive players. So that's D-line, linebacker, defensive back. So for anyone,
that's where I make my money right there.
That's right, man.
That's true. That's true.
If somebody picks that one linebacker who returns a touchdown pick, it's over.
That's right.
Everybody always gets that DB that returns kickoffs.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's what I go for every time. Antrell Roll, dude. Antrell Roll was the man. Or Pac-Man Jones. Again? Remember Pac-Man? Pac-Man Jones was the best.
I do.
Oh.
If Deion Sanders was around when we did this, we would totally be picking him. Okay, so we're ready. Magnus, before we say what position do you want and why?
In the draft order?
You wanted last so you could go running back, or running back wide receiver. Is that that's what you said? And
absolutely, shake it up, stir up the board.
You know, you might be picking the number one wide receiver at that point. You know, it could have all been running backs by then.
Hey, if Julio Jones falls all the way to last, I'll take him if he's there. Absolutely. I love those yards and no touchdowns.
All right, Magnus, what position are you trying to pick and why?
What position in the draft? Like draft order?
What position? What order? What do you want? What are you looking for, and why do you like it?
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I control things that I can control. So when I see that draft order, then I start game planning. But there's no sense in me game planning to pick first or second when you don't even know if that's going to happen. So I take what the defense gives me, and that's why I will be your 2020 fantasy football champion.
He's calling it.
Double H.
He's calling it right now.
It doesn't matter which position he drafts because he's gonna lose.
Hey, what did you finish last season?
Let me rebuttal what you said, because you said it doesn't matter. And here's why that does. Okay? Here's why you do want something. I've studied. I've been at the top of the draft. I did some fake drafts, some mock drafts at the top of the draft. I've mock drafted at the bottom of the draft and at the middle. I like the middle the least.
The middle's a sweet spot.
I like the middle. For me, it's too long before your second pick. It feels like if you're like number 3 or 4 in a 14-person draft, you're picking like not your first favorite running back, and then it's so long before you pick again. And then you're getting like, you're either reaching on a wide receiver or you're getting like bottom of the barrel running back number 2, and then the rest of your draft is just screwed from then on. So I want tippy tip top 1 or 2, or I want the bottom. I don't want anything in the middle. Here we go. You ready?
I feel like our drafts usually get kind of wonky too, because someone reaches with the first or second pick and they pick like
someone's
a quarterback.
Pick Andrew Luck at 8.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Are you ready for this? We're gonna randomize it right now.
Oh my gosh!
Ready?
I'm not ready.
I had both of them.
2.
Yeah. I
1.
think so. I'll look for it. Give me a sec.
Boop.
Oh.
Here we go, y'all.
It's your boy. Here we go.
Here we go.
No.
Daniel's number 1. I don't know which Daniel that is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
These are the names from last year. So I don't know who was P.S. and Punhead.
Because I beat them all.
Oh,
that's me, baby.
That was you, P.S. and Punhead?
Daniel's team is probably Daniel Lee then.
You're number 2, baby. You're number 2.
I'm
Who's number 3? Me.
And you're number 3 now?
Dastardly and Puntley. Yeah, baby, number 3. I'll take that. I'll take it. Animaniacs, that was you, Magnus. You're picking 12th.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, you're not dead last.
Have fun with Julio Jones.
Okay.
12. Oh my god. Aaron Rodgers, number 1 pick. Here we go.
What do you think? What do you think, guys? Marcos, are you happy with your pick?
He's reaching. No, absolutely not. It's either number 1 or last, because now I missed out on CMC.
Damn. Yeah, are you going to get Christian McCaffrey there? No, Christian McCaffrey is definitely the number 1, right? Is that like the definitive number 1?
You'd have to be a fool not to get Christian McCaffrey, because he proved that he can do it without a star quarterback.
You don't even
and
need
now
nobody.
He has the best backup quarterback in the league, Teddy Bridgewater. Get ready for it. Bridgewater beats Minnesota in the Super Bowl.
What?
I'm calling it. Panthers, Vikings,
The Panthers?
Super Bowl.
Wow, that sounds
nice.
horrible. I don't want to watch that at all.
These are the new COVID rules where NFC plays NFC in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's terrible.
New rules. New rules. Because we're going to have 2 Super Bowls. We're going to have an AFC and we're going to have an NFC. So all these teams don't have to play each other and contaminate each other. We're just going to keep it separate, and those are going to be the champions.
Oh my goodness.
No Super Bowl.
I'm
2
like
Super Bowls.
Who's
I'm like
picking
really
last?
happy about mine. I'm not gonna lie. It's very rarely that I'm this high up. I think I did have the number 1 pick one
Who's
year.
picking last?
Dream Killer. That's somebody new.
Who'd you pick?
I don't know who Dream Killer is.
You want to know? Here.
Someone new and they already have the name? Damn.
No,
Dream
well, you know, they
Killer,
put in
that's
something
Le'Veon
based off
Bell.
of what our last, because these are the names from last year. Dream Killer. Oh, that's Marco. Marco Cortez. He's
Marco,
the
Cortez.
newbie.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh no, the newbie is picking dead
The
last.
Dream Killer.
Dream
I'll text
Killer.
him. I'm
Yeah,
like,
his
hey,
dreams
dog,
got
you're
killed
last.
hella hard right now. Darkwing Dak.
That's hella
That's
funny.
pretty good. That's Daniel.
Hey,
Which Daniel?
who's
I don't
your
know.
worst
There's only
number
first
1
names,
pick?
and we have 2 Daniels.
David Johnson, when I picked him number 1, he got hurt and did nothing for me, and my whole team went into the shitter. And
that's exactly
then I
what
had to
happened to me.
scrap my way into I had to scrap my way back into like the last playoff spot after dropping the first 4
What
games.
happened to you happened to me the
So-
year before, because that's when I had, and we all thought,
Yeah.
oh, David Johnson can't get injured 2 years in a row. And then
What's worse, somebody getting injured or somebody holding out? Le'Veon Bell, number 1 overall pick.
is he gonna hold out?
Hey, you did that to
You remember
yourself.
that?
You did.
remember that?
You did
But
that to yourself.
No, I didn't. Because Le'Veon Bell
I
would
think
have been
you're.
what Christian McCaffrey would have been had he played that year. Instead, he went to a terrible team after, and look at what he can do right now.
I think you're
He's
also
getting
the
outbeat.
person. I think you're also the person who drafted Antonio Brown last year too. So I feel like there's a pattern of behavior here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I can
He
blame
can
the
do no
players.
wrong. Babe, grab me my Antonio Brown.
The
He's at the top.
Okay, does someone have like a
It's
TV
at
on in the background?
Top cabinet.
Yeah.
Could you turn it down
off.
just a little bit?
There you go.
Picking
up the sound.
I'm like super stoked about my position. I feel super confident. Number 3 is not bad.
It's by the Twizzlers.
Even though it's kind of contradictory to what I said, but we have so many people that I don't know. I'm gonna get a decent guy at number 3. I'm gonna feel really happy about my number 3.
No, you're not.
I'm just gonna make my second pick like really good. Who's gonna reach? Here's the question. Who? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I have a Clayton Kershaw one of those.
Cool. Did you take off his arm?
Who's gonna reach?
He actually broke, so I threw it away.
Who is gonna reach?
This one just broke my heart.
Rob Gronkowski.
Marcos Hammer.
Right here.
Did you know he was playing?
Pick,
I didn't
dog.
even know he was playing. I didn't
Yeah.
even,
Yeah,
I
he came out of
like,
retirement to play with Tom Tom. Tom and Gronk. Why would he come out of retirement just to play it safe and get a ring? He has a ring already. He's coming back to set some touchdown records, baby. Wait and see.
They're right next to each other.
Gonna make history. This tight end will finish with more touchdowns than any wide receiver.
There goes Rob Gronkowski's getting. Is that your bold prediction? Rob Gronkowski gets more touchdowns than the most touchdown scoringest wide receiver?
Correct. Absolutely.
That's absolute nonsense. But not outside the realm of possibility. Like, I would believe it if somehow he got 17 and like whoever was number 2 got like 12. Like, I'd be like,
whoever is reaching for Chris Godwin, I'm letting you know right now, Gronkowski getting all them TDs. He eating up. How do you do a T with your hand?
Well, it's definitely not a W.
You have to use 2.
I can't put my fingers that way.
You get a cursive T, and it's like this. Oh, that's sign language. Okay, now we have to think of our team. So every year we do a team name theme. So you think of a theme, and then everyone's team names have to be based off of it. So in the past, to go over some past ones, we had it's like superhero. Like we had Marvel, right? You have to be Marvel mixed with. I don't know. I think it was just Marvel. You have to mix Marvel. We've done a Saturday morning cartoons.
Marvel
that was the one last year.
And then 90s pop songs.
90s.
Oh, that's right. Marvel and 90s.
Marvel.
See, I like 2 themes, but and then one was Saturday morning cartoons, which is what you saw. Dastardly and Puntley. Those are the guys from the racing cartoon. Tommy, Hey Football Head. These are all like
Beavis and Butthead.
Animaniacs.
PS and Butthead.
Okay, so what are we doing this year, boys? What do you got?
I don't know.
Social justice.
No, because then I feel like we're gonna be if you're then because they're jokes. Then we're gonna be making a joke about social justice.
There's no jokes this year. There's no jokes because BLM is happening. So no jokes, no fun. Yo, we're just getting down to business, and we need to have conversations. This way, when everybody's playing, everybody looks and they're reminded every time they see one of those names pop up. Oh, you got beat by Breonna Taylor. Hopefully she wins. But
yeah, I hope
that's
Breonna
what I
Taylor
mean.
wins.
We got and absolutely, because we're calling attention, and you may be playing leagues, you may be playing in a league, or other people may be playing in leagues where people aren't as open-minded, and this is a great opportunity to be like, yo, we have to do it this way. Like, think about the NBA right now. They're using their platform to do it, but they have a strong union, they have a strong players association, and the NFL doesn't have that. Otherwise, I think you would see a lot more people speaking out on their behalf. But the NFL.
I mean, realistically, I don't think that's a great idea because our
yeah.
platform is only going to be the other 14 teams in the league, and most of those people
one
already
of the other guys are
believe
like,
in that,
hey,
so it's
dude,
going to be
not cool. Then we're like,
yeah,
pissing off
it's
our friends.
already going to be preaching to the choir.
Yeah,
in a
that's
small
also true.
soundproof room.
But we're also going to be talking about
you mean an
league
echo chamber? I think
year.
that's what you're talking about. You're describing an echo
No,
chamber.
I mean a soundproof chamber because none of what we say is going to get out unless we're like, this league is not going to be a viral league, But echo chamber works.
All right, Magnus,
well.
You've got the floor. Give me some ideas
Yes.
while I go get my drink.
We can do celebrities that have passed.
Oh my god!
We can do.
Okay, that I get to choose Black Panther.
What?
Viruses.
And do viruses.
Oh, nice! I love that.
I don't know, vaccines. It can be polio O-line. Polio line.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. Thematically, I'm trying to think of what's relevant. That's not depressing, That's a little tough. I don't know why Nick's having me ask him. Why Nick's asking me to have him pitch stuff when he's not here to listen to the. Hey, tell me some ideas while I leave the room.
Yeah, have Marcos call him over. When I get back, I'll ask Marcos what he thinks about it. Magnus had great ideas, but I think we're gonna go with mine.
All right, what do you got?
Oh my god.
All right, so now I'm gonna retell the last 5 minutes of.
Sorry, I had to go get my Bloody Mary.
Oh, look like Thai tea. It looked bomb.
Thai tea would have been hella bomb too.
I thought you were Edward Cohen right now.
No,
drinking blood.
No, only on Saturdays am I a sparkly vampire. How about I wanted to do something from Hamilton.
Whoa, musical theater?
Or like characters from Hamilton, or characters from musical theater characters. I wanted to be Alexander Slamilton.
Musical theater.
How about musical theater names?
Alexander Sackleton.
Musical theater characters times wrestler characters, like wrestlers, wrestling stars, like Alexander Slamilton.
Audrey 2-on-2. Audrey 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Audrey.
I don't get it.
2-point conversion for 601.
How about how about Netflix originals?
Oh shoot!
So someone can do something about the Tiger King.
Marcos is gonna be Cuties.
The Witcher.
Stacked it.
BoJack Horse. Man.
Audible.
BoJack Horse Audible. Yo, BoJack Horse Audible. That's a good name. No. How about household objects?
13 audibles. Why?
All right, if you're in the chat, hey chat, let's turn to the chat. Let's see what the chat says. Chat says you sound good. Okay, cool. Yeah, let us know if you guys are in the chat. Let us know if there's a theme we should brainstorm. We're just brainstorming.
You sound
guys.
good.
In a brainstorming session, there are no bad answers, okay? Or bad ideas.
Only bad.
What about if they were like, Things you buy at 7-Eleven. Coffee.
I like the
down.
musical theater. I don't even want to say all the good ones I'm thinking of because
Yeah.
I'm gonna use them all. And
Who was
one.
the guy from Urinetown? Bobby Strong, right? Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby Armstrong.
Bobby Strongside.
Bobby Strongside linebacker. Come on, Fiddler on 3rd and 10. Fiddler on the goalpost. Fiddler on the goalpost. Cats.
You could do. Why don't you just do like
Bengal cats.
What about plays? I'm trying to think of like everyone in the league.
Oh,
and they might
the
not be
title
as
of the play. I like
well-versed
it. I like it. No, I like title. That's a good point. Play titles.
Yeah, lend me a kicker.
The Merchant of Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah. Or what you said earlier, Romeo and Julio Jones.
Yeah, Romeo and Julio
Nice.
Jones.
I like that.
Hamlet and
Hey,
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are
Thursday
down.
night stream.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are
Yeah, down by contact.
down. I like that. Let's
Oh
do
my
that.
God,
You guys want to do
that's
that?
Yeah,
Let's do
that
play.
opens it up because everybody knows the play.
Because we're all actors too, and if they're not an actor, then get with it. Go
Theodore.
watch some
Look,
theater,
Miss
you uncultured
going,
swine.
gone. Miss Side going.
Miss
Okay.
I
Sai
want
going
that
gone.
Quan,
That's pretty
baby.
good.
Give me that Quan. Don't fuck with my Quan.
What was the play we were in college?
Recently
Magnus?
watched.
Magnus, what was the one? Jack Goes
Were we
Boating.
only in one play together?
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah.
Just put in anyone you draft their name. Adrian Goes Boating or like
Yeah.
Julio Goes Boating.
You could do Miles Jack Goes Boating.
Oh!
I
You have to draft Miles Jack. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's
A flea
lock it
flicker
in. We're locking it in. We're locking
Do
it
that. A flea flicker in her ear.
in.
I like
I'm
that.
just thinking of all the plays I've done.
And it has to be a play you
So
were
get
in.
this. I bet you
Yeah.
said
Atlanta
which
Falcons.
play did we always do? And I was thinking of the one where Magnus would always burn Ezio on that
What?
one slant route. You would
Oh, yeah.
always you're like, hey, just throw it to me. I'm running. The dude's like behind.
I'm like, I got a
We did
5
that
yard.
play
5 yard
like 5
distraction.
times every time. We did it so many times in a row, and then I came back. He was like, "I'm tired. Don't do it anymore."
You're running 5 deep posts in a row.
Yeah,
Again.
and nobody would ever throw it to you.
Again.
Oh my god.
That's like me. I'm always open. And they just don't throw it to me. They're scared that I might hurt somebody on the way
Yeah.
down. I'm pretty sure
But
that's
you're
why.
an ineligible receiver, Nick.
I'm not. Because
Yeah,
I'm playing
usually the
center.
center can't make a pass.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. No, that's
You gotta be cerebral to play center.
because I'm
You gotta
quarterback.
call out the protections.
Because no one has an arm
Exact-
like me. And the brain. Or the height.
Right,
Or the moral platitudes.
right.
Okay, we're locking that in. All right, we got our.
So what did we decide our
transition.
team's gonna be? Plays?
It's gonna be
Play titles?
play titles,
All right.
not
Sounds
just
good.
musicals. Play titles, not characters.
Yeah.
Titles.
I think that's a good one.
What was the one that you did where the both of you, Magnus, you played like the devil or something, and Marcos was like a talking rock or
Eurydice?
some shit.
Eurydice.
Eurydice, yeah.
What was it called?
Eurydice?
Yeah, I saw it, but what was it called?
It was called Eurydice.
Oh, I know. I'm just messing with you. Greek names suck. Don't go with Greek unless you do. What was the one where the guy wanted to marry
You
his
can
mom?
do Cleopatra Willis.
Oh,
That's it. Oh,
yeah.
Oedipus Rex.
Oedipus Rex Ryan.
Oedipus Rex Ryan.
Bingo, dude. Yes. Oh my God, there's
Pretty
so many
good.
good ones. That's a good one.
It goes
There's so
hand
many
in
good ones.
hand.
So
Yeah.
many good puns.
That's great.
Puns, you guys. Puns are great. Puns make you stronger. I don't know if you knew that, but puns.
Hamilton yard penalty.
Puns are what builds muscle mass.
Do not be tempted.
All right, moving on. Moving on to some local news. There was just like I almost got overwhelmed because it was just like, what do I even care about this? Like
I put in some local news for us.
Oh, you got some? Okay. The
Yeah,
biggest story of the week. The biggest story of the week, you can't avoid it. The biggest story of the week was more police. Segue time. The biggest story of the week was more police brutality. Why? Because, well, we're looking for it, to be honest with you. And when you're looking for something, you'll find it. And it's like when you're riding down the street, you're like, man, I don't see any gold painted cars anymore. Remember when they used to have gold car? It wasn't like gold, but it was like, gold-ish. And then you're driving down the street, and damn near every single car you pass by is gold because you're looking for it. So the biggest story was Jacob Blake. It was. And here, so I want to do this. I want to not necessarily what all happened because we don't have all the information, and I don't know if we ever will. But what we're kind of going off of is public opinion. That's what this show is about. This is whatever the powers that be, whoever the string pullers are, they want us to think about it in one way, right? You've got some people who want you to think, again, a black man is murdered for no reason at all, and everything is wrong with everything. Then there's other people who want us to believe that he totally deserved it and he was a criminal at heart and he was gonna kill again if he wasn't stopped, right? So it's somewhere in the middle, probably closer to one side than the other. But essentially the story I got, here's the story as I understand it, because I didn't read any articles. All I read was Twitter and headlines. Guy's driving up and down the street with his kids in the back, pulls over because two women are fighting. I do not know the ethnicity of the women. I believe they were white, I want to say. He gets out, he stops them from fighting. Police were already called for the fight, and then when they arrive, they turn their attention to him. He gets fed up, he walks away, attempts to get into his vehicle, and get back into his vehicle, which is when he's shot 7 times. They say it was in the back, but like if you're entering the vehicle, don't you you're sitting? So like, wouldn't it be whatever? I don't know. I don't see how. I didn't see it was in the back.
I think it's when, if you look at the video, it's when he's opening the door.
Yeah, it's like, aren't you kind of facing? Why don't you put your? I don't know. I have to put my butt towards my seat and then sit and then turn. I don't crawl towards.
Yeah, they came
towards my seat. Is where your legs going? Your center console? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me, but that's what I'm told. And then yeah. What the hell? I don't know. But this has caused a lot. You see, here's a tweet from his sister. I don't know if I can pull it up without getting flagged for whatever. Which you'll see. Last time we got flagged because we had the DC fandom playing, and it got flagged for having copyrighted materials.
Yo, who the hell's flagging our videos?
Yo, it's the algorithms, dog. Google is. Well, this is I'm playing it. You guys can't hear it, but
say father. Make sure you say cousin.
This is Jacob Blake's sister speaking very eloquently about how she can't even be sad or angry. She's just fed up and tired because this just keeps happening.
Let it marinate.
So check that out. Check out that post. I've heard people say, he was fighting with the cops earlier, this and that. I don't even know what to think. Marcos, What did you get from all that?
First, I want to say thank you for bringing it up because, a lot of, eventually it's going to be old news, just like George Floyd. Luckily, the NBA is still using their platform to advocate and show what's being done right now. And, I personally messaged you as well. And I messaged you, not an essay per se, but a response. And, right now I'm very caught in between because I'm indifferent, should I say, and not really indifferent because everybody knows which side I'm on. I'm purely one for people. I love America. I love the people above all, but I don't know what's going on with us as a society and on our fixation with weaponry and using force by any means necessary to get a job done. I've been looking into a lot about London and England because there's 90% of their police force don't carry firearms on them, and they're still perfectly capable of doing their job, and nobody gets hurt. And above all, you know it's just like, at what point do you feel like you need to use a weapon? Like, I always tell people, like, I understand, like, you have a gun and it's the strongest means necessary and that's what's going to defend you, but I believe in advanced society, and in an advanced society I believe education and knowledge will trump all. You won't need a weapon. Of course, weapons can subdue anybody, but that's the easy route. Pull a trigger and that's it. I've won the argument, right? But it's very troubling. It's very troubling because it's like, it's other humans. It's human on human crime, and it's like people have no remorse. They don't. And of course, like, it's a much bigger segment, and I know I'm a little out of wonk, so I'm gonna defer, but just leave it at that. Like, at what point do you feel you need to shoot someone? And I understand, like, you fear for your safety, but at the same time, it's like, you don't have to pursue this person. You can leave.
Well, I think you bring
Imagine if it was like a giant RoboCop, like a giant RoboCop man, and you're a policeman, and you're there, and you have a gun, and you're like, you shoot him once, and does nothing. You're gonna be like, oh shoot, I better run away because this guy's gonna really harm me because this is my last means of defense. But it's like, why ever do you have to get to that point? Like, are you ever going to encounter a person like that where you'll shoot them and you'll have to retreat? Of course, if you shoot anybody, they're going to hurt. Like, they're going to, like, severely hurt. Like, what it's capable of. What's currently going on in society. Like, nobody can say that they haven't heard George Floyd's name. Can anybody say they haven't heard George Floyd's name, Breonna Taylor's name, Elijah Woods?
Elijah McClain.
Jacob Blake?
Elijah McClain. Elijah Woods is
Elijah Woods is
Lord of the Rings.
My bad.
The good
But
side.
that's what I mean. I'm like, all these people, whether you get their names wrong or not, you have their face in your mind. You have their face. Every time you say George Floyd, his face pops up in my mind. Every time you say Breonna Taylor, her face shows up in my mind. Every time you say anybody else's, like, name, you can go back 10 years to Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin. Like, any of those people you say, like, their face appears in my brain. And I hope that we can change and evolve as a society, that we don't feel that guns are the solution and answer to everything, and that we should be able to talk through our problems. And if you believe like this person is such a threat, you should leave them. You should run the hell away. If you're telling me you can't get somebody's license plate, if you can't like follow somebody in the air with a helicopter, like you will find this person. This is the United States of America. Aaron Hernandez was caught doing murder from 20 miles away on a video camera. Don't tell me that this was your only means of stopping this person. Be a decent human being. And so if you don't know what that means, then get out of your profession.
So you bring up several good points. So I mean, I think this breaks the conversation, essentially, for me at least, breaks down into like, breaks into a couple different things, but three main like thought lanes or things to consider, right? Because when you bring up any of these defund the police, it gets lost and people go, "What the hell? What are you talking about? Why?" They don't make no sense. I can't wrap my hand around it. It breaks down into these three things, right? It's do our police the, like, I don't know, the license to killers? You know what I'm saying? Are they, because they've been entrusted in these moments, like you said, to be judge, jury, executioner, right? The minute they and this breaks into point number two being police training, right? A lot of the times I'm told that they're trained to, the minute you feel threatened, to eliminate the threat. And you don't shoot to play around, you don't shoot to injure, you shoot to kill. That's how I understand they are trained, because you don't waste bullets and you don't want to put anybody through any unnecessary agony. That being said, Jacob Blake is still alive and potentially, I believe they say, paralyzed from the waist down. But
still handcuffed to his bed.
But which he was never. What I'm told, he was never charged. I don't know if that's true or not. Anywho, the fact that we can, they're trained a certain way, right? Do we wish to arm them, right? Because you're looking at other countries where the police are not armed, or at least a majority of them are not. And then when you need them, you can call in the guys with the guns, right? And they don't have some crazy people killing police all over the place. But then again, at the same time, people will say, well, it's not America, we're different, period. Apples and oranges. Whatever. So do we want to arm the police so heavily? Two, if they are armed, do we wish to train them in this way? I would say, I don't know if it's working. I think you would be ignorant to not at least take a pause and be like, well, let's look over how well it's working, and be open to change. That would be the bare minimum. Number three is just guns in general. This country was founded with a part being the right to this bear arms thing, which is there. And the interpretation of it is argued, but at what point do we go like, hey, let's maybe not be this way? I don't know. I know that's blasphemy for some people, but other countries are getting away with less, and I don't see why we can't. We're the most powerful, most intelligent, dopest country in the world. We can't evolve. We're past evolvement. We're perfect. I think that's ignorant. Magnus?
We are the most powerful country in the world. I don't think we're the most intelligent, just based on happenings. In terms of
as far as our recent score goes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just the track record just shows that we're not making the most informed decisions based on data and science. So I think it'd be hard for us to call us the most intelligent. As far as like use of firearms goes, it's a complex issue because it's like a catch-22. Like people are like, people should just comply and they won't get met with lethal force. But cops are using lethal force because people aren't complying. But people aren't complying because they're scared. And so those two things kind of feed off of each other. And you have to, yeah, it's tough to address just one issue of it. And I think a solution is not a solution, but something that will help will be, more updated training on when to use lethal force or other de-escalation methods. And at the same time, it's a tough spot to be in because, like, in the moment, you have to make a split-second decision, and the training's telling you to just shoot. So I feel like the training needs to be revamped and looked over and adjusted to what it should be, because if you look at the numbers, like, it's wild. So something should be done.
It's crazy. And then in the aftermath of this, the streets go mad, obviously, like anyone would. And they're burning cop cars, and you can say about that what you will. But it's obviously something, you gotta have one without the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, this is a cause and effect. You can't get mad at someone from crying after you slap them in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in this aftermath, a homeboy from another state comes through. This dude, Kyle Kittenhouse. And he comes through and trying to be a militia boy, ends up killing 2 people.
3 people, I think, right?
It doesn't. It says it shows a mid-general mayhem. The video in question. A mid-general quote. This is a quote from The Atlantic. Amid general mayhem, the gunfire, a man who appears to shoot another with a rifle, then say into a cell phone, "I just killed somebody." Later, the same man is pursued by a mob down the center of a street. They catch up with him. I don't know if you can call that a mob. Would you call that a mob? You just saw someone kill somebody else and you run after them. Are you a mob member now?
I mean, I think they just mean a mob as in a group of people.
I know, but like, I feel like the word mob has a negative connotation that's unnecessarily used. Anyways, they catch up with him. He falls to the ground, and one strikes him with a skateboard. And from a supine position, that means he's on his back, the gunman shoots 2 people. One of them fatally. The other, blasted in the arm, was running at him with a pistol drawn. So, okay, the other guy had a gun too. Regardless, this all happened because homie showed up with a gun. He wanted some action and he got it. And people are saying, T minus how many days till he speaks at the RNC they were even talking about.
Wow.
And then you've got, then he's seen walking with his hands up towards the police officers. Police officers then tell him to get out of here, despite a bunch of people yelling at the police officers that he's the one who was doing the shooting. They then he goes all the way home to Illinois, and then Illinois police arrest him.
Privilege.
Why? Here's my question. If you're a police officer, you're trained to shoot when you feel threatened for your life, right? Right?
Yeah.
Or
when I feel threatened
a
for
threat.
my life, when I feel threatened for my life, or just a threat in general to other people's life, I'm supposed to use lethal force, right? If I'm going to his house, this person who's killed 2 other people, I'm threatening. I'm worried I feel threatened, right? I'm about to walk into this murderer's house. I feel.
And they didn't raid the place.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like, why wouldn't you go into homeboy's house and immediately shoot him 7 times? Why would
there are different rules, Nick. There are different rules.
I fear for my life.
Yeah. When you reach into your wallet and pull out the white card, there are different rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, have you seen?
Because they talk about those different rules. Here's a guy putting his hands up. Here's a guy. You said just comply, right? And then we won't have these problems, right? Here's a guy putting his hands up. Oh, but you're still going to get jump kicked in the back.
And he's like, hey, why are you going to jump kick?
And then when you ask why, you'll get your ass beat.
Correct.
Oh, and then if you're filming them beat your boyfriend's ass, then you will get dragged out of the car and also get your ass beaten. So what?
Different rules.
Different rules. Oh, there's different rules.
Pull up the video of. Have you seen the video of Jerry? Jerry put guy beats police with baton. Put that in YouTube.
I've seen that too.
Yeah. Jerry, so he's resisting arrest, and he ends up taking a cop's baton and beating 2 cops with it, and then he takes off in their cop car. But that didn't make them feel threatened, though.
Oh, the guy gets tased. Oh, was that the guy who got tased and he doesn't even get like phased by it?
I don't know if he got tased or not.
And the sad part is, like, the people that are surviving, maybe they are so fortunate that they're getting like one of the very few, or one, like a good cop. They're getting the good cop that didn't shoot them, and by all means they happen to be a certain color, right? And it's just troubling, like there's, because I know the argument, there's good cops, of course. There's good cops everywhere. There's good cops, there's bad cops, of course. But you know, you
can't play good cop, bad cop without at least one good cop.
Exactly. And that's where people are like, oh my God, like, you know, not all cops are bad. I'm like, I understand that, but we need to figure out who are the bad cops. Like, I understand, like, look at the different situations. So I'm like, that video we just saw, it had like 3 officers or whatever. One of them came to drop kick him, but I guarantee you all of those men have a certain mentality. They have like a certain way of thinking. I hate to say that they're racist, but I'm pretty sure they're biased in a sense.
Or at least culturally insensitive at the very least. Really quick.
Exactly.
Here's another one. This is, okay, going back. I cannot verify this. I'm hiding whoever shared this to me. According to rumors, this is Kyle. This is a woman filming them. Here's your boy Kyle in the American porch shorts.
And then the American Crocs.
The Crocs. And then again, there's like an argument going on.
Shut up.
The people filming this are going like, no, this is like weeks before. Anyways, it gets into a scuffle. But here he is, like, sucker punching a lady. And then clearly this other guy's like, bro, like, what are you doing? So like, not a great guy.
Yeah, Kyle also has like a rap sheet of a bunch of misdemeanors and like operating a firearm while intoxicated, all like a bunch, and all this while being 17 years old. He's also in like a.
How is he intoxicated and got a fire gun and underage?
I'll find you this rap sheet. I saw it somewhere floating around the internet.
I thought you were gonna say he's also a SoundCloud rapper, and I was gonna hate him more than I thought.
And he's also enrolled in like some police like program where he's like gonna be a future cop.
ROTC, but for cops.
Yeah, something like that. There's a picture of him wearing like the hat and the uniform and stuff, and then on his profile there's a bunch of like Blue Lives Matters type of stuff on it. So. Because I saw a bunch of jokes that were like, he forgot that you can't shoot people until or you can't kill innocent people until after you become a cop. Yeah, so he was on that track of, becoming a police officer.
So all of this, all of his mentality, people like him, all of this has been like built. Obviously, they have their own cultural, racial things, right? And they're all building up. And then you add salt on the wound, and you add gasoline to the fire, and then this is what happens. They are meant to see the other as an enemy. All week at the Republican National Convention, they're talking about how Democrats just want mobs in the streets, and they want to invite MS-13. They literally said this. They want to invite MS-13 to live next door.
Yeah, I saw that.
They literally said that, which is like just utter nonsense. Just like, right? Just nonsense. What?
They said all this with the mask off, right?
Oh yeah. Well, no one was in the audience when he said
What's
this.
also wild to me is that I've been seeing a lot of like pro Kyle Rittenhouse content, like memes are like he's a hero or he's a national treasure or hey he bagged a criminal, a sex offender, and a pedophile. Like they're like hey yeah he killed three bad ones. Like it's interesting to
They
take.
Ann
And I've
Coulter said
already
she
seen
wants
this.
him as president.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I saw a post where somebody posted that, which you're saying, Mag. I saw somebody posted that, and I had to respond. I responded a lot, and in fact, I responded to the point where I stopped responding to them and started like writing, and that's actually, I sent Nick like a first draft, and I believe that's kind of what sparked this conversation
Let
between
me see
us
if you
all
replied to the one
because
I saw.
But going back to this people are
put them on blast.
But the people who are doing a lot of, I don't even know how to say this. There are people. The people with the guns are the ones doing the killing, and the people with the guns are the ones on one side of this issue. Clearly, obviously, one of the protesters had a pistol he was charging at Kyle with. But I'm saying, in mass majorities, these people want a civil war. That's what they desire. In fact, it has been shown in studies. I'm sharing you now an article via NBC News. 3 men connected to the Boogaloo movement tried to provoke violence at protests. Are you aware of the Boogaloo movement? Or where
Go ahead and
it comes
explain it,
from?
Nick.
The Boogaloo movement, as I understand it, they call the Civil War, right? Well, what's the second Civil War called? It's called the Civil War II Electric Boogaloo, like the really horrible movie that came out in like the 80s or something. I can't remember what it was called. It was something Electric Boogaloo. Anyways, I don't know why it became an internet meme that they now then shorten Civil War II Electric Boogaloo to just Boogaloo. So people who wish to bring about and fight in and win the second Civil War, which they believe is upon us, are called people of the Boogaloo movement. These are the people who are killing cops. Far-right extremist Boogaloo movement with multiple state and federal violations of conspiracy to cause destruction during protests in Las Vegas. Okay, these were the actual people. I don't know if you saw the RNC, but Mike Pence was talking about a police officer who was killed in the line of duty. Well, he failed to mention that he was killed by a far-right extremist Boogaloo movementist. It's just nonsense. The level of hypocrisy is just that they've made hypocrisy a new art form. It's how can I literally blame the other side for exactly that of which I am guilty of. They've truly made it an art form. And it's disgusting. Here it is. Here's the article. This is the article. This is alleged Boogaloo extremists charged of killing a federal officer during the protests. No, the angry Democrat liberal mob is not the people killing police officers. The people killing police officers are these far right-wing extremist Boogaloo freakazoids who wish to bring about a figment of their imagination. Disgusting. Moving on. Any last words before we move on to our next story, gentlemen?
No, look, I've just been seeing like garbage memes like this.
If it wasn't for... Wow.
Yeah. That only applies if you're white, apparently, because when you're a person of color and have a firearm, that's kind of
they killed that little boy because he had a toy gun.
Yeah.
I thought he was a revolutionary.
Yeah.
What happened
so,
to that?
Telling you, different rules.
Different rules.
Ridiculous. Oh, well, last one. Here we go. Here's another one. Well, this guy, he was Oh, right, but he wasn't following orders, or he had a knife. Well, here's an armed, intoxicated Santa Barbara man who had injured a police officer already, still taken into custody with no incident. How do I get
different rules?
Here's my question: do you have to exit the game and change the settings for the new rules, or can you change the rules while you're already playing, or do you have to get
Depends
to a
on the
safe spot?
game.
Normally,
Because I'm playing Fire Emblem right now, and I can't change the settings or the rules or the difficulty because I'm in a campaign already. But there are other games where you can do it instantly. Like in Madden, you can go from, pro and then change it to all pro, and then difficulty setting changes.
See, when I was we used to play Final Fantasy, and you got to get to a save point, and then you could change. Then you could change the settings. So I don't know about y'all. Moving on. We're gonna stay with politics really quick. I just want everyone to know: make sure you're registered to vote. That shit changes, and then they change the website, and then it's whack, and then it's this or that. Make sure you're registered to vote the way you're trying to vote, whether you're trying to do the ballot in the mail or whether you're trying to do the in person. Whatever you're trying to do, just do it. Make sure you got it right. Because check it out. They're trying to steal this election, or at least they're trying to make it wonky and whack. This is John Cooper. He's a Twitter. He's a former chair of the Democratic Coalition, finance chair for Joe Biden 2016, campaign chair for Barack Obama. Anyways, he's about that action. Viral pro-Trump tweets came from fake African American spam accounts. Remember all those tweets you see that are pro-Trump that are just like ignorant as hell and like don't make sense and are like non sequiturs and talking about things unrelated to the current thread? Well, that's because they're fake African American spam accounts. Disinformation experts are anticipating that social media platforms will continue to be central to foreign and domestic efforts to mislead voters. Also, thank you to everybody tuning in live on YouTube. It's not stopping. They literally have troll farms. These people have literally paid to have a farm of trolls. It's I don't get it. I don't get how. Well, it's sad because like you can see how people can fall for it, because they might not be paying attention or what have you. And they can.
Sorry, guys. I had to drop out so I could go register to vote.
There you go. Good job. That's all right. Hey, you know what? That's totally acceptable. Thank you for joining us back, Marcos. Oh yeah, I was worried about you for a second. They got these troll farms. They got, they're trying to mess with the mail and whatnot. It's ridiculous. So watch out for that.
Don't take away my mail.
Don't take away the mail. I need that. That's how I send my stuff.
That's how I send my granny stuff. So I need the mail.
Okay. Really quick, staying on social justice, we're gonna just touch on this really quick. The Great Fire, guest edited by Ta-Nehisi Coates, on the cover of Vanity Fair is Breonna Taylor. That's nice.
Absolutely.
I almost feel like my first impression is someone gonna get offended by this? Like, is it like pandering? Does it seem like pandering? I don't know.
I say that it's exposure and they're using their platform to bring awareness. This person, for all we know, she could have been famous the next day with some hit album or some new art piece or as an actress. or something of some sort. Maybe one day she graced the cover of Vanity Fair, but guess what? She's bigger than herself now. She is part of a movement. When people say Breonna Taylor, when people say George Floyd, they know who these people are. They see them, and I'm glad that they put her on there, because this is going to be on magazine stands, and maybe people don't always agree with that. Maybe people may be in denial, but it doesn't matter, because look, we're using, and that's what it's all about, using your platform. Use your platform in any means necessary to get your voice out there, because our voice is clear. It's like, murder is wrong. Murder is wrong, no matter who you are, no matter what union represents you. Murder is wrong. No matter how rich you are, murder is wrong. No matter your skin color, your religious background, it doesn't matter who you are. You're not allowed to murder. It doesn't matter. Don't kill people. Not only people, Americans, because that's who's getting killed. Americans, people that are supposed to be, being defended by people that are going out to serve and protect Americans, but they're only seeing one side of that American side. There's 13 stripes on that flag and 50 stars, but they only see white stripes and white stars. You got to remember, there's blood on that flag. You got to remember what that red represents on that flag. It's not a pretty design. It's pretty specific what it's supposed to represent. And there's 50 stars, right? Everything represents something.
Is that true? What do the red stripes stand for?
I believe it's the blood spilled in the wars that were fought to gain independence. I believe that's one of them.
There's like 13 colonies.
That's the stripes, yeah, but I think he's talking about just the color red.
Did you hear about that thing that they posted during the RNC, where they're letting in President Trump, basically baptized 5 new people into the U.S. But he says,
it was a naturalization ceremony.
Yeah, there you go. And he's like, thank you for doing it the legal way. And the legal way, thank you for learning your education. Thank you for doing it legally. I'm like, you didn't do anything you earned legally. You went around the system. Knowledge? There's homeless people on the streets right now that couldn't tell you what the hell, how many freaking states we have. But those people are protected because they were born here. So don't go and give me all this BS. Like, let anybody that wants to come here and make a better life for themselves, let them come here. Let them come here.
I mean, isn't the point
because if you don't like it where you are, then leave. You know what I mean?
They want to build into that idea that everyone who did it illegally is bad, and everybody who did it legally is cool, even though that's not necessarily true. And it is legal to seek asylum, which is what a lot of the people who were doing at the south border. But why are they being criminalized and treated so unfairly? I wonder why. I keep saying this, one last thing about freaking Republicans, but okay, to talk about how, remember the whole Pizzagate thing, and Hillary Clinton and all her pedophile friends ran a pedophile sex ring out of a pizza place in Washington, D.C., which we ended up being total nonsense and totally a lie and absolute hogwash. Well, Trump uses kids sold into sex slavery to score political points. Using human trafficking for pernicious political purposes is a Trump administration invention. A few people, this is an opinion article. It is an opinion from the New York Times, but few people on earth are so exploited as children trafficked into sex trade, and now they're being exploited again. My administration is putting unprecedented pressure on traffickers at home and abroad, Trump declared at a White House meeting on trafficking last month. My administration is fighting these monsters, persecuting and persecuting them, and locking them away for a very, very long time. We've had a tremendous track record. the best record in a long time, which is not true. And in fact, we can't find a lot of these children who were trafficked, who were brought into at the Mexico border. Then they're sent to other families while their parents are whatever. We've lost thousands of children. We do not know where they are. They're being held in hotels. God knows what's going on with that. It's very freaky. And I just want to say, if anyone is trafficking children, it's not. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up, and it's weird. Here we go. Now to some happy news. You guys want to hear some happy news?
Woo!
Sure.
This dude made Spider-Man hand sanitizers. Okay?
What?
Check this out. This dude gets a lighter, right? Open the lighter. Do some kind of magic to the lighter. Add some weird thing. Do something with a bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Fill it up with the hand sanitizer. Oh, he took the little sprayer end of the thing and put it inside the lighter. Yeah. Then he made this little plastic thing. And then he put a little thing on it. And then put the thing in the thing. And then push the thing over there. And then push the thing. And then psst. And check this out. You get a syringe. You put it and you add it. And then you put the thing. And you add that guy. And then you pull a lever. And then you can go whack. How awesome is that? How badly do you want them? How much would you pay for them right now? Spider-Man hand sanitizer shooters. Spooka-blant. Got it. That hand door? Hell no. Hand door? A handle. Fuck that. Spray that bitch. This handle? Spray that hoochie. Now touch it. How bad do you want that? I don't know why these risque videos are showing up. But how much would you pay for that?
$5.
$5?
I have my own spray thing that I can use.
I pay like $55 for that.
Whoa!
I would pay like $55 each.
Dang. I have my own little aerosol thing of hand sanitizer that I use, and it's the same thing, but I just pretend I'm macing people, but I'm macing my hands. So less Spider-Man, more mace-like.
Does that reminds me of something? I don't know if it reminds you guys of it, but remember when you were a kid and you used to put 3 pens in your hand and pretend to be Wolverine?
Wolverine, yep. All the time. All the time.
Yeah, dude, all the time. I thought that was the dopest. That was gonna be the dopest thing I've seen on the internet, but I wanted to put it here. Heck yeah. I don't know what's wrong with 2 of yours are messed up. I'm not sure what's.
These are bottle caps. I don't have any more pens out here.
Oh, okay.
It just looks like you're flipping stuff.
No, that can't be it.
Damn it.
Looks like you have a penis coming from your hand.
He wishes. All right, talk to me, Marcos. You've got this next. Is this a Boston Marathon?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about it?
Boston Marathon this year, they're going viral. Doesn't matter where you are, you just gotta run the Boston Marathon lane. And for, I believe it's like $33 or something like that, they'll send you a medal for participating in the Boston Marathon. This is the first year they're doing it like this. My question is, will you do this?
Absolutely not. How far do you have to run, and how will they know how far you ran?
It tracks it on your phone. You have to use your phone and sign in, and then they'll track how long you've run.
Man, that's awesome.
$33. You can participate in the Boston Marathon. Will you do it, Nick? Shut up! I'm here.
If you win, do you win real stuff? And can you win?
You do win. You win a medal once you send $33 to the Boston Marathon.
So really, I'm paying $33 to keep them afloat.
No, you gotta run.
You're paying $33 for a medal and to be hella tired.
Dang.
I mean, you can pay.
I get tired for free every day, bro.
Hey, you can pay the $33, but if you do not run it, you will not receive the medal. You will waste
Yeah.
$33.
There are
So
a lot
my
of
question is, will you
Can
do it?
I pay $33, then turn the app on, and then get in my car and just
You're like,
drive
this
around?
guy is running 65 miles per hour.
You're probably gonna get a call from an NFL team.
Excuse
after
me,
that.
sir. Did you run to LA in 4 hours? Cause we got a roster spot for you, son. That would be fantastic. No, I'm not doing that. But is this all a ploy to like stay open, or like
Probably.
get some money? Cause they're not getting any.
Hey, the economy has to move, and I'm sorry, but Jeff
That's what I'm saying. I was
Bezos
like, hey,
can't
that's
get
fine.
all of it.
No. So here's the question: how much of Jeff Bezos's money has trickled down to the rest of us via the very real and very possible trickle down economics?
Let me tell you with my binoculars.
I'm sorry, sir. Are those 2 zeros?
Let me answer that with this telescope.
Whoa!
And let me tell you with my monocle.
Dang! Let me eat a cookie.
Hey,
Yeah,
let
none.
me suck a. Oh wait.
Hey!
That's a weird way to eat a cookie, Nick. Vertically. You should have ate the cookie like this.
No.
I feel like you've exposed yourself. You've never had a cookie before, ever.
Clearly, you don't get a physique like this without completely cutting out all sugars and carbs.
Oh my god.
Tell me about what happened in Taiwan, Marcos.
Oh my god. Did you see this?
No, but we're about to.
Please show the video. Please show the video. Magnus, what do you think of this? All right.
This car is sick.
That's a sick ass car. Disregard the car.
These people don't look Taiwanese.
They don't. Well, I don't know. Hey, don't judge people. They could be from.
All right.
They could have citizenship.
That's a boy on the end of that thing. Grab him! Grab him!
Wait, what's he on?
Whoa! Whoa! Ow!
This kid got caught in a kite. The kid got caught in a kite.
Wow.
In Taiwan, and it freaking whipped him off, and he looks like Mary Poppins at the beginning of the video.
Bro.
Show the beginning of the video. Whoa. This dude is Mary.
Is he holding on, or is it like strangling him?
He's
like a kite. It just looks like a ribbon.
Kite. He got caught in it. Look at that. Mary Poppins. It's real.
Oh my god. That poor kid.
I think it's a ploy to spoil David Blaine's Ascension coming out tomorrow.
Or is this a preview? Or practice?
He's like, you did it with a bunch of balloons. I'm about to do it with this ribbon. Watch me.
A girl was taking part in Hisuishu City International Kite Festival in the seaside town of Nadalao when she became entangled with a long tail of a giant orange kite. Gusty winds whisked the girl into the air and violently whipped her around above a crowd of screaming adults, according to a video from the scene.
Yeah,
the identified girl remained in the air, rising and falling with the wind for about 30 seconds before adults were able to grab her and pull her back to earth, according to Taiwan English News. The girl was not hurt.
Out that Fox
suffering
shit
some.
Okay,
you gave me a Fox website. It's Fox News. Literally gave me FoxNews.com.
Hey,
you just infected my whole computer
Google
with ignorance. Anyways,
I typed Google News, so it gave me Fox. That was the first link I got.
That's ridiculous.
But I had seen
Magnus, can we do this to you? You're the only one who I think is buoyant enough to go up.
Hey, we can try if you're gonna catch me like those Taiwanese people caught that girl. I don't trust your guys.
Yo, they got hands, bro.
What?
They got hands, bro. They caught her.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate trust fall, and I don't trust you guys. So.
Aww.
It's like a diamond, dog.
You literally gave me Fox and Friends, dude. Hey, but they had Chris Broussard on, so that's cool.
You gotta
That's
diamond
horrible.
it. That's how you catch a Magnus.
Marcos, if they could like guarantee they could do that to you in like a safe way, how much would you
You
pay
don't
for
even
that?
have to guarantee it to me, dog. I'll
You're already
do it.
doing it. You're doing it. You
I'm
want to do
done.
that.
That looks so much fun. You're
That
telling
look kind
me
of fun.
I can like almost free fall without having to get in a plane? I'm down.
You can free fall without getting in a plane. It's called bungee jumping.
Or jumping off a building.
That's a one-way ticket, though.
Check this out. This was funny during the RNC. I don't know why MSNBC was like, "Hey, we partnered with Giphy to bring you a bunch of like gifts from the RNC," and I'm like, none of these check these out. These are like memes they wanted to make. I'm filled
Stay
with hope.
with it.
This is kind of boring. Like I
filled
don't
with hope.
believe his face.
I'm
Stay
filled
with it.
hope.
This one
Stay
just
with
this is like
it.
a begrudging. This is like I don't really believe in you, but stay with it. The land of opportunity. If you're a robot,
And blonde. Look at all these fair skin.
having hope is not a weakness. Who said it was? I don't. What? They just say shit like as if it was a gotcha. Yeah, well, unlike some, I don't punch myself in the face every morning. No one's doing that. Is anyone punching their? You're not punching. No one's punching
I don't
themselves in the
punch my
face.
face.
I don't punch my
Oh.
face in the morning. Not my face. That's weird. That's kind of I don't know what that means. Faith, family, and freedom.
Good old America. Separation
Like,
between church and
They
state.
say it like people are like disagreeing with them actively. Like I don't have anything. There's nothing wrong with faith. Family's dope. I watched at least 9 Fast and the Furious movies that are just about family. Freedom, like that sounds great. I would love that.
That sounds dope. I'm
There's
in.
no dream
Sign me up.
beyond your wildest reach. You can have a dream because it's your dream. It's very close by. You can just grab it. If it was someone else's dream, a lot harder. I've seen Inception. You can't just grab other people's dreams. I don't get it.
You gotta grab them by the dream.
Grab them by the dream. They have no problem with it. When you're a star, you can just grab that dream. You say, "This is my dream now. I call Leo. I'm Leo. You can be the crazy woman.
Oh,
The
my
crazy
God.
murderous lady. That's you. I'm Leo." I don't know why this is a gift. This is what's great about this is just a woman walking. I don't get it.
Is that
It's not-
Melania?
Like
Yeah.
something like that. Is that what she's called? Not very American. Melania doesn't sound like an American name to me. This is
Trump is
Frankenstein.
very American.
Every name's American.
Trump is so American. He buys foreign multiple times over.
Mm. This I don't know what this is. This is not one of the gifts. Anyways, I just thought that was kind of funny.
What is
Um,
This is good. That's the family. The green dress, the orange hair.
That's pretty great. Oh, I get it. I get it now. Because he's.
Yep.
This is Donald and this is Melania.
That's the worst thing I've ever
And this
seen.
is-
Oh
what
my
is this?
God.
This is Eric and this is Donald Jr. or what?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
none of them
they're
look alike because of all the
imitating that
plastic
picture.
surgery.
Ouch. No, you're thinking of the Kardashians.
No, that's the same thing with the Trumps, dog. Go look at all their old videos.
Okay, we're transitioning to entertainment news. You guys have any entertainment news you want to bring up first before I get with mine?
Kick us off, Nick.
Okay, this is a little risque, so I just want us to put our adult hats on, okay? we're grown-ups, all right? But apparently there's this thing called OnlyFans, okay? There's something out there called OnlyFans, and it's for adults, all right? It's not for neenies. It's not for the
So
little
who
ones.
has money?
It's for people who, you know, it exists. People like taking pictures of themselves. Sometimes they like taking videos and pictures of themselves, maybe less clothed, maybe not clothed at all. And they make money off of it, and people pay for it, and it's a thing. Okay, well, a lot of people have been using OnlyFans, a lot of the people who are into this type of thing. And recently, you know, you hear about it in songs. You'll hear even Beyonce in the remix to Meg Thee Stallion's, I can't remember the name of the song, where she goes, you know, blah, 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 might have to start my OnlyFans or whatever. Right, so you've got people at the pinnacle of entertainment, you know, talking about it. Well, it's happened. You've got people who, from mainstream media, starting to create their own OnlyFans. In fact, I don't know if you guys remember the rap song Gucci Gucci, Louis Louis, Fendi Fendi,
Louis,
Prada.
Fendi, Prada. The
Well,
basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. I put
yes,
that on
well,
my
she
partner. I
has-
put that on my family.
One of the artists in that song has started her own OnlyFans, right? She was a rapper. Well, former Disney child star Bella Thorne created her own OnlyFans and promised people nude photos and was charging $200 for them. Well, now she's under fire because, well, the people paid $200 and she was not nude in this photo, and so now they're mad. So it has prompted OnlyFans to completely change their system, change the maximum amount you can charge, change, I think, something about location and how many people can do this or that. I'm not quite sure. But now you've got all these people who kind of, it's become their job, you know, a lot of people are supporting themselves doing this, and they're mad at her for kind of
ruining everything.
Ruining it.
Someone who doesn't need the money because
I mean,
when
she's
she
an actor.
joined,
She just did a movie on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but
when
whatever.
she joined, it was the highest grossing amount of money that anyone on that platform has made. She made like $2 million in 24 hours or something like that. And then a lot of the people who use that platform, all the sex workers, they're like, dude, why are people
just totally blowing them out? A whale comes into your tank, and
and you're like, we actually need this money to survive. You're already rich, and now you're doing this. And then people were talking about her content, and they're just like Instagram photos. and so
apparently they're not what people on this platform became accustomed to expecting.
I mean, number one, that's on the person.
A little bit of false advertising, I believe, because she may have said the word nude, but then it didn't. It was not.
Was she wearing nude lipstick? That's on them.
Yeah, that's on them. Technicality.
It was
so
nude
really,
pumps.
The question is, like, have you? How are you concerned with, like, the precedent this sets, and should we be outraged with the sex workers? I guess you can call them sex workers. These sex workers that are mad about this, or should we be like, it's gross, that's their problem, what they do with their filth is up to them?
I mean, I feel like it's a thing of like the rich get richer. Like it's a problem in anything where people who don't need the money enter fields where people who are in those fields are using it to get by or you know, just to survive, and then they kind of take over like on YouTube and stuff. They're like, you know, people who have channels that make some money, and then you have like a celebrity who's like, I'm gonna enter this ASMR field, and then all the viewers leave, and it's like, and they leave because they're not it's not like the celebrity's great at it, but because they have the celebrity appeal. You know,
like you got like John Krasinski started his YouTube show and now has sold the Good News to Viacom, CBS, or somebody.
Yeah.
Brie Larson started her own YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like commercial actors are like, whenever they get like a celebrity to do like a normal commercial, like, this could have been money to like a normal struggling actor to book this, but they use someone who's already super rich. But
Chris Paul.
I get that sense where they want the endorsement. So
yeah, I'm not that mad at the Chris Paul ones because usually they match them up with other there's other characters in it.
Yeah.
Like it's Chris Paul and the State Farm guy who's an actor. Like Jake from State Farm. He's not a big time Hollywood star. Like if Jake was State Farm was like Jake Ryan Reynolds or something, then it would be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy story. I was just like, what is even going on? What are these people talking about? I had to research it.
Anyway, all that to say, please subscribe to my OnlyChans.
That's right. OnlyChans. www.onlychans.com.
Explicit content by myself.
Oops. I was on the other chance.
Other chance. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. It's breaking news as of 3 days ago. Latinx director Carlos Lopez Estrada will co-direct with Don Hall the animated movie Raya and the Last Dragon for Disney, scheduled to be released March 21st, 2021. Raya and the Last Dragon. First of all,
that's Cambodian inspired.
Was like, didn't know dragons were a Mexican thing. Pretty sure we have chupacabras, but okay.
That movie is Cambodian based.
Then why the hell do they have a Latin dude doing it? No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. I was just assuming that it was a Latin thing. Is she a Cambodian character? Is Raya Cambodian?
Is this your new movie, Maggie? You didn't tell us?
Wait, Magus, are you in this movie?
No. I should be though. But they just signed I think Kelly Marie Tran just got linked as the lead.
Rose Tico from Star Wars, huh?
Correct. But yeah, it's all the art and all the inspiration is Cambodia.
Awesome. Does it look? Does it take place
about
in
to make
Cambodia
some work
or
for
like
you.
a majestical alternate?
I think it's like Cambodia inspired. Like, you know how Frozen is like inspired by Iceland, but they're not like, this is Iceland, you know.
Because they have. I'm trying to. I want to zoom into the background of this picture. I'm not sure if we can.
Yeah, look up other information. It's Cambodian inspired.
Like, what are these in the background?
What?
These look like. What are these easels or? That's a building.
Yeah, they're little.
I was like, what is this? A painting easel? Solar panels? I was like, yo, this is in the future. They got solar panels. Damn, bro. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I don't know, how excited are you for this?
If I
gave you a list, if it was like Raya and the Last Dragon, live action, they're doing a live action 101 Dalmatians, that's actually happening, or a live action Hercules. Which one are you most excited for?
This one. Because it's highlighting more stories that aren't really told. It's more, representative of people. Like, we see people that look like Hercules all the time. We see 101 Dalmatians characters all the time. But for people like, to have a Black Panther for Black children, I think it's important for people of Southeast Asia to have this character to look up to, or to see it on the screen.
And she's, I really hope she's Southeast Asian. Like not, like, don't make it China. Don't make it.
She is. I just told you the source material.
But are you sure? Works. Like, they could remix it. You never know, dude. They could be like, anyways, she was in China this whole time. Psych. You know what I mean? I just don't do that. Keep her in Cambodia. No, not that she can't leave Cambodia and go wherever she wants, but like.
Yeah, she could go to Happy Pizza.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I love my favorite thing about this is this sword, dude. Look at this sword. This sword is dope.
That's sick. It looks like the one.
Look at that.
What
What
was
is this?
his
An
name?
It looks like
Khan
an
used
elephant
in
tusk.
Mulan?
What is this?
Who's the one in Mulan?
Mulan. John
No,
Smith.
the dude, the bad guy.
The Hun.
The
The
Huns.
Han. Yeah,
Genghis
remember his
Khan.
knife? That's what it kind of looks like. Genghis Khan.
You're
there you
right.
go.
You're right. I don't think it was Genghis
That's-
Khan, but I think it was inspired by Genghis Khan.
His was like shorter and more rigidy, but that's pretty sick.
That is
I'm
pretty tight.
totally down. You know I'm down with Disney. I had some kids in my house yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, go ahead and you can go to my TV. We got a bunch of apps." And they were like looking. I thought they were gonna go to like YouTube. That's typically
HBO
like
Max, Skinamax.
well, no, you have to go to the next page for that one.
Yeah.
Those are on the second page. But they were like we could hear them from out here, and they were like, "Oh, they have Disney Plus."
They were like
I was like-
stoked.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's amazing. Like, kids are still like being kids, and they're like, like, oh, Disney and that infatuation. So
Yeah,
I'm totally down for it.
watch
I
all
can't
my
wait till it
favorites.
comes out.
Toy
I'm gonna watch it
Story,
for sure.
Monsters Inc., Cars.
And if anybody can
Frozen.
do it and profit off of it, it's Disney.
Speaking of exotic, well, there's a Joe Exotic series coming to Netflix. This is scripted with Kate McKinnon will play Carol Baskin.
I'm
Picked
out.
up by NBC Universal Television based on the Wondery podcast, not the show. The show will focus on McKinnon's Carol Baskin as she sets out to take down the Tiger King. I love Kate McKinnon. Huge fan of Kate McKinnon. Love pretty much everything she does. I have no interest in this.
Nope.
I could not care less. I did not watch the Tiger King thing.
Missed out.
I was happy to miss out. El Lomo. I had Lomo, the love of missing out. Every time someone asked me, "Have you seen Tiger King?" I would just, no, not at all. I was so happy to not watch a single moment of that. Magnus, are you super stoked for this as much as Raya and the Last Dragon?
No.
Marcos, you actually watched Tiger King and the fantabulous emancipation of Carol Baskins. Did you like it? And are you excited for this?
I love Tiger King because it shows what like the South is really like. It shows like the type of people that are in this country that believe in like hoarding exotic animals, that believe in like, just like SeaWorld, holding these animals that should be like roaming acres and acres, but they have them in like confined cages.
See, that's why I
So-
was like, I don't want to.
I agree, and that's kind of what the whole documentary is about. And it's great that it goes back and forth because it's about Joe, who owns this zoo, who wants to get like the zoo like out there, but then it incorporates Carol Baskin, who's trying to close the zoo the entire time. But it
See,
also
I
shows
honestly,
how
I've
Carol
been this whole
Baskin-
time. I thought they were a couple. They're
No,
not dating?
Carol Baskin and Tiger King are pure enemies. Like
they
hate.
Do
Tiger
they even know
King
each
is
other
in
exists?
jail. Yes, Tiger King is in jail because he's tried to kill Carol Baskin. He tried to
Jesus.
hire somebody to kill Carol Baskin, which is what the whole documentary is
Wait,
about.
I thought Carol Baskin hired somebody to kill somebody.
You see,
A lot
and
of
then
back
they
and
go
forth.
deeper. Mhm.
See, this is I hate it. I hate reality TV. I hate keeping.
It's
up
not really
with,
reality TV, though.
Housewives,
It was-
Big Brother. I don't care. And so
It was more of a documentary with just wild, wild characters. So it wasn't scripted that I know of. And
What
it's
do you
presented
say?
as a documentary.
I'm not sure what Marcos is. What is? Are
I'm
you
doing
blowing?
I'm doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Hey,
Oh.
he's right. He's right. He's right. Oh my god.
The one where he's like, "Holy shit!" Yeah.
Yeah, with the beer, he's like, "Hey,
have you
I
guys
know
even
that
seen
guy.
that? Have
I've
you guys
seen
seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No.
yes,
Yeah, me either.
I have." My partner is obsessed with like early
Tarantino
Hollywood
movies?
years.
Oh.
No, not even Tarantino. She's obsessed with early Hollywood years, which basically this movie is about. It tells about like some murder, but it plays on like the opposite, like what would have happened. But in real
Interesting.
life, these people were murdered.
Yes,
But
they
in
were.
the movie, Tarantino tells the story as if they like actually killed the people that were trying to kill them.
So
That's
he
the only difference.
essentially Inglourious
Rewrote
Bastards
history again. Yeah.
and
Yep.
Django technically
Yep.
too.
There you go. Yeah.
Even though
that's
I like to
basically it.
imagine Django definitely did happen.
I like the way you die, boy.
That's the
Oh my
best line in the
God.
whole movie. Best line in the whole movie. I
You
like
know,
the way you
I didn't
die,
like
boy.
Jamie
Oh
Foxx.
God, so good.
I don't like Jamie Foxx at all. I really
What?
don't like him.
I
But
like
in Django Unchained, I loved him.
Gold.
Absolutely adore him. And
He was
I'll tell you why I don't like Jamie
made to
Foxx,
play that
because he
movie.
killed Spider-Man too.
Oh, he was terrible in Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man too.
He killed it. There should have been a third movie. There should have been a third movie.
No,
with the
they saw that
Rhino.
movie and they were like, cancel it. Hire a new
Done.
Spider-Man.
You
Delete
got
all of this.
canceled. You got canceled. I know it wasn't Andrew Garfield. I know it wasn't Paul Giamatti, because all those white people test positive in any
Paul Giamatti
demographic
was
they're going for.
pretty terrible in that movie, though.
He plays himself.
He was awful.
He plays himself. That's all he plays in any movie. But he's Paul Giamatti. He's a white guy, and they're like, "Oh, he's so diverse." I'm like, "Great, awesome, amazing, enjoy that." But that's essentially what happened, and it was so disappointing. Like I loved Andrew Garfield as a Spider-Man. I loved the first movie, and then the second movie, like, I was done. I was absolutely done. I even watched it to give it a chance, and I couldn't do it, to the point where like it reflected in actuality, where it's like, why didn't they make a third movie? And then you watch the second movie and you're like, oh, I see why they didn't make that third movie. Mag, why are you so red?
Didn't realize I was red.
He
there you
must
go.
be that beach tan.
I think it's the light.
It's the beach tan. That's what it is.
It's just the lighting.
Somebody
But I am pretty tan though.
Yeah.
Pretty damn
That's
tan.
what it is.
I've never seen my foot look darker.
Moving on to some grimmer
Let's see
news.
your foot. Show me your foot.
Show me
Show
your feet.
me your foot. Show me your
There you
foot.
go.
Oh!
Ooh, zoom
my
in, zoom
God. Why are your feet so dark, dog? I've never seen your feet that dark.
Because I've been at
Making
the
a
beach.
baby cry.
Longfellow Deeds.
I know.
He looks like Longfellow Deeds. Pull up that picture.
in.
Because I've been at the
Show me
beach,
the
bro.
Longfellow Deeds. Foot.
Normally I'm always in like socks and shoes and stuff, but at the beach I'm barefoot, and so
I
it's
know.
getting hella dark.
Okay.
But usually my
I've
feet
been
are like
noticing
stark
that.
white.
Frostbitten foot? His foot was like frostbitten, dog.
Yeah. I don't know if my foot's that dark.
That's like, what the hell?
Well, if you know like Magnus's feet, you know that Magnus's feet never see the light of day.
Yeah, they're always in shoes.
That's why
or
when I
socks.
saw him, I was like, what
This
the
is-
hell? And this dude in high school had like a mid-size cut sock tan line on his foot.
Are you
Because
saying Magnus's feet are as white as Longfellow Deeds are black? Longfellow Deeds.
What an
Absolutely.
obscure
Absolutely.
reference.
Okay,
Oh my God.
switching
Oh,
it up
God.
here.
Call me
Moving on,
Chan
we
Fellow
gotta-
Deeds.
We gotta switch gears really quick to some very. This I like. I sat up in my. I think I got this when I woke up. I looked at my phone. I was like, no, what?
No.
No.
Is this a
What?
bad one?
Yes.
Are we finally getting this?
We're finally getting some bad news. Chadwick Boseman, actor of Black Panther, Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, whoever his character was in 36 Bridges,
Never saw it.
passed away. It was 43, barely a decade older than us.
Wow.
Had been filming a lot of these movies while dealing with his fight against colon cancer. He was,
Late stage colon cancer too.
He was one of the real ones. I feel like he was always seemed really down to earth and happy to be there. There's videos of him visiting other kids in the hospital who were in the hospital for cancer. Meanwhile, none of us knew that he was dealing with this himself. So, for me, the story is you never know what people are dealing with in their own personal lives. And, get screened for colon cancer probably sooner than you think. Because this guy was young by all standards and healthy and by all other metrics.
So
I think
my
colon
partner-
cancer.
Go ahead.
ahead.
So-
I was saying, I think
sorry.
colon cancer is more prevalent in the African American community.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Regardless, I ain't taking no chances.
Yeah. Get a check, bro. That is. Hello.
Hi, Harper.
Hi, Harper. Marcos.
Yeah, my partner actually told me to ask everybody if they've ever been screened for colon cancer, or if they will now after hearing this.
I have.
Will you get screened?
I have.
You have.
Yeah.
How was your
No,
experience?
not by
Nick?
me, Nick.
Oh.
And not with his other.
I did. This was like several years ago, so that's why it was weird. I was like 22, 23.
That's super young to be screened for colon cancer.
And
So
I was in there for a physical for like a job or something, job physical.
and
I was
he
like, I'll just
checked
go
you
to
with
my.
his tongue.
I'll just. I could be so lucky. I went in for like just a typical physical. And I was
Was
like,
this
all
with
right,
Dr. Larry Nasser?
I'm gonna cough, la la la. And then my doctor's like, oh, one last thing, you're getting older now. Go ahead, and I'm just gonna give you
22,
a quick,
getting older?
And I was like,
You're getting older and cuter.
I was like, okay. And I was going through my mind. I was like, maybe I might like this. Like, there are people out there that like this type of thing, all the time. So like, it could be awesome.
That was your first thought?
I bet it's a little awesome. I'm like, I bet I like this. I didn't like it.
Story
That
took
was
a
your
turn.
first thought?
I was like, you know what? I was prepping myself. I wasn't like, I'm not one of those people who are like, this is going to be terrible. Oh my God, it's going to hurt. Oh no. No, my mind is like, watch this not even hurt. I bet I like this shit. Right?
I feel like
did
you
not
got
like it.
abused.
I love that.
That shit hurt. I felt like I was
loved it. I swear I loved it.
I thought I was gonna pee blood. I swear to God. No,
Normally
it was
they-
absolutely terrible. It was not great at all.
Yeah, normally they don't check you till you're like 40, I think.
Yeah, I was
Or
sexually
50.
abused. Okay, it's whatever. I
His
mean,
parents are going to beat him tonight after saying
I didn't.
that. You
I didn't
said
get-
we beat you?
No, it was a doctor.
Show
First
you.
of all,
The doctor
I don't
beat
feel.
you?
I don't feel that bad about it because it's like I didn't get dirty. He got dirty. So like, thanks.
Eesh.
He
But-
just came to my playground.
Eesh.
I didn't get dirty.
I said yeesh.
So I was like, not great. No, I have not. Magnus, Marcos, have you guys had a?
Look at these things.
No, because I'm
Screen.
not over 40. I've and I'm not at risk, so I have
Well,
not
if
been
you waited
unnecessarily
for it to
checked.
40, then Chadwick Boseman would have had it for a year without knowing.
Yeah, but
Will you get checked after this?
Are you gonna get checked now? Next physical you go to, are you gonna be like, you know what? Give me one of those.
No, I'm a WebMD
How's your finger
it and check it
looking?
out.
I'm gonna
Did you
ask
have
for
a
the
manicure?
smallest doctor on the site. This one with the thinnest, narrowest fingers.
I'm gonna go look who had the manicure recently. That's all I'm gonna do.
Who's got the biggest nails and longest nails?
Yeah, because I want you to scrape. I want you
Yeah.
to feel that bump.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get in there. You know. Gotta
You're
get
nasty.
gotta get it right. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. And then Magnus, you wrote something on Twitter that it was like he was always one of the guys who were looking out for inclusion, and I know he is at least one of the ones who were vocal about making sure that the crews on the films that he worked on were diverse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any thoughts on this before we move on?
Yeah, I think the guy who is playing Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, he was like, he paved the way, because without Black Panther, there'd be no Shang-Chi. So he definitely paved the way for other minorities and getting representation in screen time.
That's right.
And having more stories to be told.
Across the MLS, guys were after scoring, guys were throwing up the Wakanda. All sorts of sports, but saw a lot in the soccer world. Dudes throwing up the Wakanda forever after scoring, and
No, thank you.
It meant a lot. It meant a lot to a lot of people, that movie.
It's for you. Yeah.
So that was an important one. Moving on to sports, that's our perfect transition here as we look at these guys scoring the goals.
I don't know.
And throwing up those Wakanda symbols. The Mets and the Marlins took the field.
Be careful.
Had this is unrelated. This happened actually before. This is August 27th. NBA season, or not the NBA season, but rather on the day of the Jacob Blake shooting, the NBA took the court, or one team didn't. The Milwaukee Bucks decided not to take the court, and
which led to everybody else not.
The rest of the league, exactly. The rest of the league got together and decided they weren't going to play. And that led to also here in baseball, we've got the Mets and the Marlins cleared the benches, stood there, took a 42-second moment of silence. On this is the anniversary of Jackie Robinson. That's why they all usually wear the number 42, but this time taking
left
a
the field,
42-second moment of silence and then walked off. No baseball that day either. I just thought, there was a lot of really poignant. It's good to see like baseball, NHL coming out. Here's the NBA players a statement about how that there will not be games that day. NBA and National Basketball Players Association today announced that in light of the Bucks' decision not to take the floor for Game 5. Now, this is a Game 5. This is playoffs. This is like going to be maybe some of these guys' biggest moment in their careers. And they decided, you know what? Some things are more important, and we're not going to play. And then all three of the games, including Lakers Trailblazers, was postponed. One of which was played yesterday. Go Lakers.
They already beat the first round. Nice to join us, Clippers.
We don't have any cookies. What cookies are you talking about?
I want a cookie. What the hell?
I'll take a cookie too.
Come on by then.
The last one we've got
on our way
on this same story. Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith walked out.
during the broadcast. Here he is saying, you know what? Like, I can't even be here right now. And he walks off the set. And everyone else is like, okay, yeah, that's legit. I can understand that. Charles and Shaq don't, but he felt strongly about it, and they let him, and there was no repercussions, and he came back the next day, and it was dope. And I think that means like for me, that's a big transition of like just allowing people to do that and take the time they need, and let the players not play and not start fining people left and right. That's a big step, and at least like being allowed to speak is positive. I don't know what you guys had any thoughts about that.
So, I want to say Wakanda forever. It's amazing what he did just within like the superhero realm, as well as like giving people that are different like a look at like what a superhero is. Because honestly, for me, it was when I saw Zorro, like back when I was a little kid, and he has no superpowers. He's just like a Mexican dude with a knife, a very long
Zorro.
knife.
I thought you said Zorro,
Yeah.
and I was like, is that from
Zordon?
Is that from
Rangers?
I think really long knives are called swords.
Or just going with long knives, okay? Long knives.
Like really long knife. It was a rapier or a dagger. Not quite a knife. Not quite a sword.
It's a sword. It's a pointed sword.
But what I mean is, like, there's not enough representation on, like, superheroes just in general. Like, I don't think of any, like, Mexican person as a superhero other than Zorro. Like, when it comes to, like, other people of color.
Michael Pena.
All right, ready? Name a Hispanic
He's
superhero.
Not that, man.
Name a Hispanic superhero.
He's the sidekick.
Name.
You're talking Green Hornet.
Name a Hispanic superhero.
Hornet.
Marcos, you go first.
Zorro.
Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle.
I was gonna say Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle too.
Okay, well
What's
you can't.
Blue Beetle?
Say another one.
Speedy Gonzalez.
He's not a superhero.
Oh my god.
His superhero.
Isn't he? He's a speedster. He's
powers, yeah.
I believe he has access to the Speed Force along with the Flash.
I'll only let it slide if you can say what he says every time.
I don't know.
Wow.
You don't know what he says?
Ándale, 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 arriba, arriba. Ay!
Ay!
Come on.
I didn't want to be the one to say that.
Yeah. Yeah,
what
you're
do you
good.
mean, Magnus?
Good call.
You could say it. Get out of here.
Allow me now to say Raya and the Last Dragon's famous quote.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
It's a
Anything
trap,
I could possibly say would come out racist. Even if I actually said words in Cambodian, it would come out racist.
Let's see if they blur us. What? See?
Ong Bak.
Okay.
Remember Ong Bak?
No. Back.
It's like a kung fu movie. All right, we're nearing the end of the show, and at the end of the show, we ask the questions of the week, ladies and gentlemen. All week, you can send in what questions you'd like to have answered. If you're wondering about something, can't get the answer, or would like our opinions, send us in a question. How can you send us in a question? Well, you can leave it in the comments on our live stream. That's right, just like Harper. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got our question of the week. Here it is. Who do you think we'll be voting for in 2024?
Whoa.
That's a good one.
I think we'll be voting for Trump because he'll have established his dictatorship by then. Convince people America isn't great. Let's say vote for him for a third term. Break up the entire system, which maybe that works, and then everybody's like, hey, it doesn't work. We gotta fix the system now. He did it a third term. But other than that, I hope we'll be voting
Sorry, it's fine.
AOC, or we'll be voting the
I don't
next
know if
Republican celebrity into office.
You said AOC or versus Donald Trump.
Or versus the next celebrity in Republican office.
The Rock.
Whatever
I thought The Rock said
celebrity.
he was gonna run.
But he's running as a Democrat. He's not running as a Republican.
Oh.
Nobody can get on a Republican forefront right now. Not if you want to sell movies.
Well, okay, so assuming Joe Biden wins, I believe Joe Biden has said that he's only going to be a one-term president. And so if Joe Biden is done, then assuming Kamala Harris runs. So it'll be Kamala Harris versus whoever the Republican ticket is, and it's going to be Ivanka Trump. It's going to be Kamala Harris versus Ivanka Trump.
Oh, that she jumped right now. She got scared.
Oh my God.
Kamala
I don't know what I'm more
versus
freaked out
Ivanka.
about. Ivanka running or Harper jumping and leaping off Magnus's back.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
She flew.
Yeah.
She heard the
I wish
options
you
were
would've seen
Kamala
his
or
face.
Ivanka. She was like, fuck it. I'm not doing this. Kamala or Ivanka,
Take me
I'm
now,
out.
Lord.
Magnus, who do you think we'll be voting for in 2024?
I don't know. I don't have a. Politics is kind of crazy right now, and I don't really have a great pulse on or really want to make a prediction because it's so, like, the climate's so volatile. Like, who knows who the next person's gonna be super popular in a couple of years or come to rise. So I don't know. Hopefully Andrew Yang gets another run at it. I think he wouldn't be a bad choice, or he has interesting new ideas that he can bring to the
assuming
table.
Donald Trump wins another 4 years, and then 2024 comes up and he's not on the ballot, Andrew Yang would be dope. Julian Castro, I'll take a Julian. Or The Rock. Here's the other question of the week. Once again, send in your questions in the live chat. Any favorite hobbies that the public should get into? You got a hobby that you've tried that you'd like to get us in on? Magnus, I have an idea. It has something to do with a spike.
I think it has something to do with a ball.
Both you gentlemen are correct. I've been doing a whole lot of spike ball. Super fun. Outdoors. If you're playing with masks on, you got to be 6 feet away from the net anyway. Per rules, you don't need a ton of people to play. Get some exercise, get you out of the house, open air, healthy environment. Keep your mental sanity.
I like it.
Highly recommend. And then you can come see me on the net.
Ooh. Marcos, you got any hobbies we should get into?
Hell yeah. Well, I don't know if it goes hand in hand with what we're watching recently, but absolutely a hobby everybody should get into is drag. Because what are we all? Just in drag every day. I've recently been
What?
Yeah, and you can think about it in any sense of the case, like dressing up to be somebody you aren't.
I always dress up as
we all
myself.
just in drag? Well,
No,
hey,
I'm-
that's phenomenal. But
This
think
is me.
about how many people
Straight up me,
are
baby.
pretending to be somebody else.
Batman.
There you
Batman's
go.
pretending to be Bruce Wayne.
Batman is in drag. Batman is in drag. He's
Bruce
just in
Wayne
bat
is
drag.
Batman's drag.
There you go.
I've always wanted to play a woman on stage, like in a play where it would be like acceptable. Like I've always wanted to be the mom in Hairspray.
I could
I would
see that.
love to do that. Come on,
Such a
tell me
big,
if you
big
found out.
girl.
You're like, guys, I'm doing Hairspray and I'm playing the mom. Are you not immediately thinking to yourself like, this is amazing and I can't wait?
Every night I will be there front row with flowers to
Come on.
make you feel special.
Kidding me? That would be great. Yeah, that would be dope. A hobby that you guys should get into. I'm against guns. I'm not a guns person.
Then don't
But
say guns.
no, but I really want to get a nice bow and arrow. I want to get good at archery. I think that'd be
Hey, look,
cool.
I don't care what it is. I don't know how many people you can kill with a gun, but I definitely know you can't kill that many people with a bow and arrow.
You
And
can't.
once they
It
get
would
hit
take
the
a long
first time,
time.
they're like, "Ow!"
Yeah, you're either running away or just writhing in pain after the first one. I just gotta land one, and you're confused. First of all, very confused at least.
What's
and
this
then we'll worry
sticking
about
in
the other
my
ones.
arm? Ow! I can't even pull it out.
Okay, you people are getting eaten by your children and your pets. My goodness.
Mine? Oh yeah. The pet's here. He's just watching.
Well, I guess Magnus is out. I guess for the remainder of the show. I'm not sure what happened to Magnus.
I think Harper did something.
That's okay. I think Harper unplugged his internet. That's all right. We'll see if we can get Magnus back on the line.
Giant ass fly.
I want to go to some of the best stuff I saw this week. Okay.
Oh yeah, what is the best stuff you saw?
This is some of the best stuff I saw this week. This is LOL GOP. They're great on Twitter at LOL GOP. They're pretty hilarious. This is Donald Trump's campaign is basically arguing that Joe Biden is doing a terrible job of running Donald Trump's presidency. If you're sick of the violence Donald Trump is encouraging, you have to vote for Donald Trump. Like, I don't know if you watched any of the stupid Republican National Convention, but they're essentially,
you know how
like,
you
look
feel
at all
about,
this, look at all this
you know how
rioting.
You feel about reality TV. That's how I feel about watching anything that has to do with the semblance of Republican television.
It's like, they have to commit to not following along in order to enjoy Fox News. Like, you have to have the memory of a goldfish in order to forget like what you just learned. Like it's like, look at all the rioting in the streets. This is the result of a Democrat leadership. It's like, wait, but you're literally in power right now. You can't?
How's there Democratic?
Joe Biden has he doesn't do any. He doesn't have a job right now. What are you talking about? It's just ridiculous.
Idiots.
Hilarious. It's like it'd be funny if it wasn't so sad. Here's another one. I don't know if you follow Z-Way on Twitter. Z-Way. This Kimberly Guilfoyle. This is the right. Here's the. She did this so loud. She did this to this was an empty room, and she goes, "Our best days are yet to come." Followed by absolute silence, and it was just like, "Why are you screaming? And why do you look like the bad lady from Power Rangers?"
Make my monsters grow,
bro.
And then Donald Trump's hands like grow to normal size.
This is the funniest thing I've seen.
He must be the monster. That's hilarious.
I showed this to my mom, and she was like, "Wait, she looks like her too. Like, she kind of looks like her, dude."
She's hella Rita.
So
Make
funny,
my monsters grow.
So funny.
And Power Ranger fan every single day, year, minute, hour of my life.
It was the bee's knees. So good. I thought that was hilarious.
I love
Had you seen that?
Hilarious.
Had you seen that?
No, because I've been trying to distance myself between anything Republican and anything else.
Okay, last thing of the greatest things I have 3 this week. It's the greatest thing I've seen on Twitter. Leslie Jones, hilarious. SNL alumni, Ghostbusters for women.
Absolutely.
She posted this. I don't know where she got it. This is the funniest thing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, I heard you weren't wearing a mask. You idiot. Why aren't you wearing a mask? You idiot. You idiot. I'm gonna slap you again. Look, we even got you a mask. I got a mask right here. Are you gonna wear this mask? You better, you idiot. And you too. I'm gonna slap you if you put it on. Put it on. Look at that. You see that fake out? He's talking to this dude, and then he slaps the other guy. Pow! What am I getting slapped for? Oh, you didn't have a mask neither? Here's the mask, bro.
I love it.
I'm gonna slap you.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
slap you. I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you. I'm
Put
gonna
it
slap you.
on. Put it on.
Don't you love that? Was that the greatest thing you've seen?
Yes, absolutely. And this is what cops like love too. Like, oh, I love that abuse of power. Go ahead and do
It's
it.
not even a cop. He's got like, he's.
I know, but that just goes to show you like the difference.
But I don't know what country that is. It doesn't look like America purely by the video quality. I feel like bad video quality is a dead giveaway that it's not America. I don't know why.
Yeah, they can't upload in higher friggin'.
I don't know. It's something about the encoding or something. I don't know. It's like a formatting thing. I don't know. Marcos, what's the best thing you saw on the internet this week?
The best thing I saw on the internet this week was unfortunately the Jacob Blake thing I saw. As
That was the
terrible as
best?
it was, yeah, absolutely.
But why
Because-
was it? Usually best means like a good thing.
It's a good thing because it goes to show you exactly what we expected. From April or May, whenever George Floyd's unfortunate demise happened, the same thing has happened, and I'm happy because everybody else that was okay with George Floyd is also okay with this. But there has to at least be 25% of them that is like, what the hell? Like 7 times in the back? If not, it's just more reinforcement for us, the people that are noticing what's wrong, to say, hey, it wasn't wrong when you put a knee on his neck for longer than 7 minutes. It wasn't right when you put 7 bullets in his back. It doesn't matter. Stop abusing your power. Stop abusing your force, because you're doing it to other American citizens, which is saying you are higher than us, you're bigger than the law, and you don't have to be held to the same standards as anybody else that kills somebody in this country. Because if you were in Texas and you shot somebody, they'd be yelling for the chair. But if you were in Texas and you shot somebody, but you had an emblem on your chest, you're good. Doesn't matter what else it is, you're good. It doesn't matter what the circumstances, you're good because you have that emblem on your chest, which represents higher than you. It reflects a part of our country. So when you have that on, you're bigger than any of us. You hold higher power than anybody, and there's powers behind you to protect you.
I mean, that is the truth, and that is exactly how it's set up. There are those of us given the right to kill, and we have to determine whether or not that deal is working out. We have to determine if we want to keep it. And I think it's time that at least reforms are made. And
Absolutely.
I don't know if we'll ever get to a point like in other countries where where the majority of the police force doesn't carry weapons. I don't know if we'll ever get there. It sounds nice. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds nice, but I don't know. Marcos, as we try and forget what's going on and we turn to entertainment, what are you watching?
I told you, I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race. I love it. I adore it.
Didn't one of the previous stars pass away too?
Yes, absolutely. They did pass away
It's very sad. I think they were
recently.
also
My partner actually posted like it was like a Kobe. It was Mia or Maya, Maya, and it was Black Panther, and it was the drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race, Chi Chi Devane,
that's right. Yeah, that's I
Maya
don't follow it.
Rivera.
Naya Rivera too from
Yeah,
Glee.
there's a
Uh,
lot of people that were lost, but honestly, as you know, it's funny because I grew up to like, you know, maybe you may know as well because you're Mexican, or in a sense, like a subcategory of what the Spanish language encompasses. But
Latin
it's like
X.
Latinx. I recently did a census survey, and the gentleman asked me like, "What you want to be considered?" And I was like, "You have to put me Latinx." But essentially, what I'm trying to get at is like, um, shoot, where were we at right now?
The watching RuPaul's Drag Race as a
Oh, absolutely. So like,
Catholic
watching
Hispanic Latin man, straight Latin man.
so absolutely, and I love RuPaul's Drag Race because he says in he says a lot every episode. He says, um, "Life is drag.
I
We're all dressed up." Like, and that I believe in that so much because we all dress up every day to be something, whether you want to believe it or not. You dress up every day. You put on a face. You put on a uniform. You're not you, right? You put on something and you go somewhere, you do a job, you do like a task, you do something, but it's like, I'm putting on this uniform, I'm a part of this entity, right? It's not me, I'm putting on this uniform, I represent this. But what it all comes down to is like, we're we are we're all in drag every day. We're pretending to be something we're not.
the
And when we all can accept what we really are, like, we'll all be happier. Yeah. And watching RuPaul's Drag Race a lot, it's like a lot of people like, oh, my parents combat me every day because I believe in this. I believe I'm this type of person, but they don't believe I should be doing it. There's some people on the show like, I'm fine with you being gay, but don't you dare dress up like a woman.
yeah, it's such a
And it's
weird
like,
like thing to like, such a weird line to hold,
right?
But the way you're be dressing makes me, I don't like it. It's like what? It's such a random like, who cares? It's
It's
such a strange
insecurities.
thing to get like to feel so strongly about. You know what I mean? It's like of the things you could feel super strong about. Why do people feel so strongly about that? And I think what you're saying, it does resonate pretty hard because think about how many times we as straight cis males in this world have been told like you got to dress for the job you want. In my culture, it's always been dress for the job you want, not the one you have, right? So you're trying to be a
Yep.
boss, you got to dress like a boss. You got to wear the slacks, put a tie on, comb your goddamn hair, cut your fucking hair. Don't be wearing no beards, facial hair. Get out of here, unless you've got like
No tattoos.
no tattoos. Don't be piercing anything. No weird colored hair. You're trying to be a boss. Clean your black shoes. Black shoes. No blue shoes. No brown shoes. No khaki pants. No white pants. Black or blue or gray. And so I was like, I think that's
Do you know how many words
definitely
they're
affected
dealing
me.
with
Like
pronouns
how many times?
right now?
Huh?
Pronouns. Has your work dealt with pronouns yet? Like
Yeah.
people identifying. Like
Yeah.
that's a huge thing. Like where I'm affiliated right now. It's
Yeah.
like about like affiliation. Like how somebody deems you. But it's like so many people are so like stronghold on that male or female. That's all that it's like you're either one or you're the other.
You
And
know,
like exposing myself to like other shows like RuPaul's Drag Race, Queer Eye for Straight Guy, it opens up like not only like your mind
opens
but
up your sympathy complex. your sympathy
Absolutely.
regions of your brain are going off, huh?
Absolutely.
We've never.
Hey,
I at work, I honestly I don't know if we've ever really done anything. We've done like cultural stuff. We haven't really gone into like, sexual orientation or identifying. But at the same time, all of our bathrooms are single occupancy and they're for everyone, and it doesn't matter. There's no men's, there's no
amazing.
women's. It's like whatever. So that's
I
kind of
love
funny.
that.
I never had to worry about that.
I love that.
And you know what? It was funny. We had a meeting about a remodel that was going on, and I'm in the meeting, and so it was just our company, but also like the people who oversee the facilities, and then also some of the contractors who were actually doing the construction. And in there, they were like, "Does anyone have any notes, questions, concerns?" And we're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this with this room. We're thinking, can we get away with this, or did you guys have a choice on what kind of material?" Or, "Oh, this floor needs to be redone and we don't want to put the same wood in. We're going to either see if we can clean it or do something else," whatever. We're going through all these items. And then I was like, "Oh, I have a few items." And I was like, noticing, I was like, let me wait till everyone else brings up their thing. Because I'm like the lowest possible person on the decision making in this particular situation. I was like not in really, I was just there to like take notes and bring up any concerns that I may be privy to. But I was sitting there, and it goes by, and a lot of the leadership in the company were women. It was all women who were representing the company, except for me. It was me and the program directors and the nursing director, and they were all women. And the facility people, who half of them were women, and the construction guys, who were all men. And I realized we're getting to the end of the conversation, and I was like, "Oh, no one's brought this up yet." At one point, only one of the bathrooms does there have the little sanitary napkin disposal for women's sanitary napkins. That should be in both, because it's only in one right now. And they would looked at me like, you're the guy bringing this up? And I was like, "Yeah, I noticed it's only in one, but we should make them all the same. So we need to add one for the other bathrooms." And they were like, and I could like kind of see the faces of some of the women in the meeting. They were like, Thank you for bringing that up. It was a nonverbal. They were like, because if they were to bring it, I'm sure that they felt like they couldn't bring it up because they didn't want to be problematic or what have you, or maybe they second guessed bringing it up. But I was like, fuck that. If we're gonna do it right.
Yeah, absolutely. I always
patting
say,
myself
be
on the back
uncomfortable.
really quick.
Be uncomfortable.
Yeah,
if
it
it makes
comfortable
you uncomfortable,
every day, you ain't learning nothing.
Mm-hmm. Go towards it. Whatever's
That's right.
making you uncomfortable, go on towards it and understand it to a point where like you can like speak on it. Like, hey, this is why I absolutely don't like it. Like me and pedophilia. I'm like, hey, I absolutely don't agree with it because of this. Like I can tell you straight up because of these reasons and these morals. But like if you can't say that for everything else in your life, then don't hold a grudge against it. Don't say
if you
these
can't
people are
back it up,
different.
if you can't back up the why you dislike something with cold, hard facts and moral arguments, then you need to learn more about it. That's right. We're going to end this episode on that. Kids, run. Do not walk towards that singeing heat of uncertainty. Get closer to that sunlight that is the bleach to your ignorance. clean it out, educate yourself, and become a better person every single day. We're going to see you next week as we ask and find out what's going on in the constant turmoil of 2020 as we ask each other what's happening. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Bye.